Hi. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Bolanle Adewusi, and I'm the founder of the Innovative Women Africa Initiative. So, the Innovative Women Africa Initiative is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to actually unleash creativity and critical thinking of African women to help them turn their innovation into reality. And we actually do this at the Innovative Women Africa through our empowerment program and visibility on social media. So we provide visibility to these innovators, female innovators doing great things. And then we believe that as a female innovator in Africa or as a woman in Africa, unleashing your creativity would help solve social and economic problems in Africa. So as everyone has got it down there, but they having issues probably to unleash it, or maybe the environment does not allow it for them to unleash their creativity, unleash their critical thinking. Like sometimes I talk to some female and like some women scientists or engineers and even business entrepreneurs in Africa. And then I realized they've got these awesome ideas, but how do they actually implement? How do they execute it? How do they bring it out of them? What are the factors that actually inhibiting these ideas to be turned to real innovative solutions? So that was what led to the Innovative Women Africa. And ever since we've had outreach programs, even to some secondary schools where we talk to women there, the girls there and the boys, and then we realized that the girls have like these awesome writing skills, which is actually creative, but they do not know what to do with it. They apply for all these essay competitions, they win. Even in public schools in Nigeria, we've done outreach to about 5 different schools, and we realized that these kids are actually quite smart. They are creative, but they don't know what to do with their creativity. It's just there. They try to look for competitions to write and submit essays to all these essay competition programs. So all these are the challenges I myself as founder noticed and thought, okay, how can we bridge this gap? How can we introduce women to incubators and accelerators that will help them unleash their creativity? Do women know about their innovation hub? So we try to host our Women for Innovation for Women Forum every year at every innovation hub around us. So like the last one was in Abuja, and it was at an innovation, and women that came, they were sure, oh, I didn't know there was something like this. So there's an innovation hub in Abuja. Yes, there's an innovation hub around you. You just need to probably check Google and look for it. But these are the things most people don't know, the information that are not available to them. So those are the gaps we're trying to bridge as Innovative Women Africa to make sure that people get the right information. Women innovators, women generally get the right information that would help them turn those ideas that they have into real innovative solutions that can help solve social and economic problems in Africa, and then unleashing that creativity and critical thinking in them to use that to unleashing that creativity and critical thinking that would also solve these problems. And also it could be several gaps like employment gap, unemployment gaps. Some people have those ideas, they have awesome ideas, and they are unemployed. Do you understand? So imagine unleashing those ideas. You have like everything in place for you to help you unleash your critical thinking and creativity, and then you can actually not only become employed, and then you can even provide more employment opportunities for the citizens, for people in Nigeria, for people in Africa as a whole. So that is where the Innovative Women Africa, that is what it's all about, bridging those gaps and helping women to unleash their creativity and critical thinking. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy to host our awesome mentors at Daytopia mentoring program. Welcome, Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya, Tosin Sanusi. Welcome. Hello. Professor Bolajoko, I know. Thank you for joining. And thank you, Sarah Egbo, right? Did I pronounce that well?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So yes, we are hosting 4 mentors today, and thank you. I'll say doctor, because it's almost there, Dr. Yusuf Awosanya, for putting all this together, for the great job you're doing at Daytopia mentoring. It's really important. Like always, mentorship is actually overlooked. most people don't know that mentoring goes a long way. You know, like you adjust yourself, trying to find yourself on this stage. Some people have been there, they've passed that stage. So talking to them would actually help you make the journey easier, rather than you trying to figure it out all alone in this world where there are lots of competitions. Yeah, actually dealing with a lot of competitions out there. It's competitive. And then having to talk to people that would guide you because they've been there in the past just helps you kind of bridge a gap for you as an individual. And this is what Daytopia is doing. And I think it's something that I think it's awesome. It's amazing, quite outstanding and exceptional, especially in this world where everyone needs that kind of guidance that would help them shape it and make the journey a lot easier compared to having to figure it out and find that path on your own. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tori, for joining. So glad to have everyone here. Mr. Celia Falabi, welcome. And we hope to have more people. Yeah, we hope to have more people join us as we progress. So mentoring. I'm sure our mentors are ready to answer the questions. I'll be asking the questions, because we have 4 mentors here, and so I'll start with Tosin Sanusi, because I just want to understand something. Yeah, and I believe so many people want to understand what the qualities of, because some people they need mentors, but it's true, they don't even understand this whole mentorship. Like, what will I be doing? Okay, someone will tell me what to do. They need to know, how do I even, some people feel they are not even qualified to be a mentee in this world. Like, okay, so do I even have the qualities? So maybe we need to maybe we can help us shine this kind of light on the old topic, mentee and mentee. So I would like to start with Professor and ask, what are the qualities of good mentees and mentors?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much. When that question first came, I'm like, is there really a big deal to being a mentor and a mentee? But with what you said now, I actually realized that a lot of people, it stops a lot of people from even approaching people they want to learn from. They think, does this person even want to associate with me? Or do I have what it really takes, to learn from this person? And one of the things I'll say to mentees as qualities is just first willingness to learn. That should be like your number one quality, willingness to learn. And also it's important that, before you have the willingness to learn, you already know the path you want to follow through. So you're not going to meet your mentor to tell you what to do. You know that, okay, so I want to follow the path of engineering. So you know that the person that you're approaching has something in line with that, not that you are going to meet just anybody and you're going to copy and paste whatever it is that they're doing,
Okay.
So it's important that you know what you want to do. First of all, you've come to that place where you know that, okay, yes, this is the path I want to follow in life. And, you can now take time to search through people that, okay, these people have walked this path. And, sometimes it's not just based on what you can see. Sometimes it also has to deal with the character. We have mentors that you can learn from afar off, and some that, you can actually see physically and maybe talk over the phone and all.
Sure.
I think all of us have mentors that we learn from afar off, because, we read of all of these people. But it's also important that, you take time to actually study this person. And I tell mentees, the best way to actually approach someone to mentor you is to also bring something to offer them. So you're not just coming to take from them. That's like the fastest way to gain access to them. So you approach this person, hi, ma'am, my name is so and so. And I noticed that you don't have a great social media presence. And I believe it's something I'm really good at. Would you mind if I help you build your social, just something. Person feels like, oh, okay, this person isn't coming to take from me. And they will actually grant you access faster than you can meet them. Please, ma'am, mentor me, help me,
True. I agree.
Right. So it's important that, as a mentee, you know what you want. I think that should be one of your first things on your mind. You know what you want, and you're ready to learn. Dropping age, whatever. Your mentor can be younger than you. It doesn't have to be older than you. So dropping all the age, all the discrimination, all the barriers, and ready to learn from this person and to do whatever it is, that they ask you to do. That's important. And for a mentor, I think I've noticed something sometimes. We take lots of people and then we're not really able to effectively impact knowledge in them because they're like too much. So for a mentor, I'll say just do what you know that it's in your capacity to do. Take the people that okay, you can effectively teach. There's something in administration that they call supervision and all of that, and it talks about how as a supervisor you shouldn't have more than the number of staff, too many number of staff under you that you cannot handle. So it's important that that okay, as a mentor I can effectively impact 2 people or 3 people, so you're not taking like 10, 20 people. Just do what it is that if those 2 people come out, well, then you're good to go. Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
And also as a mentor, you need to be ready to impact knowledge. You can't have a mentee and then all the knowledge. No, you should be able to really give them that knowledge, give them what it is that they want to know. And if it's something that they have to pay for, let them know. Because sometimes there's some knowledge that you feel like, okay, make a financial commitment to this. Not because that money is the main goal, but because you really want them to take it serious. Where your money is, your heart is there. So it's just important that as a mentor, you're ready to actually impart knowledge in these people as anyhow you're going to be able to do it, you're ready to do that. And as a mentor, it's also important to learn leadership skills because you're managing people. It's not just, we're saying now that managing people is like this tough work, managing yourself. So these are people, people with emotions, people with background issues, educational, limitations, so many things, and you want to propel them to move forward. It's a lot of work, So you have to have leadership skills. You have to be able to influence them to do the work, if you really want to achieve what the results that you want. So I think those are the qualities basically for
Wow, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, Tosin Sanusi, for that. Yeah, like who would have thought? I think even me, I'm learning, because sometimes you see some people and then you think, oh, I think I want this person to be my mentor. But you can't just approach them and say, I want you to be you have to what do you have? Like, it's kind of like a give and take thing. Like, I can do this for you. Because now I'm thinking about it, while you were talking, I just realized that, there's this lady that reached out to me, like, I can help you with content creation on the scholarship quiz. Like, really? Like, why? What do you, so how much should I pay? I said, no, you don't have to pay me. No, like, really? So now I'm and then the next day I think she got busy and then she just said me like, 30 days content ideas.
Wow.
So like, thank you.
Now imagine if this person sends you a message and says, please, I need help with this thing. You'll be ready to help. Like,
you understand? I'll just feel exactly. I wouldn't even say, come and pay for consultation or something, because I'm like, you've helped me in the past. So now I think so. A recap of what you just said about the qualities of mentors and mentees. The first thing, as a mentor, as a mentee, reach out to people that are in the same field as yours. That way, it's a lot easier for them to actually be a good mentor to you because they've been there, they've worked in that shoes, they were there maybe some years ago. So that field thing is very important. Don't go if you're like an engine in the engineering field and you're going to reach out to someone in economics, they can still mentor you, of course. That is life. Maybe they've passed through that stage, but in terms of that particular field, they may not really be of great help, but they would still mentor you because sometimes life is life, right? So it depends on you as a mentee, what you're really looking out for. You
want. Exactly.
So thank you so much for that. And then she said, offer help. Don't just go to a mentor and say, be my mentor. Try and say, I can see that you're doing this. I can be your, maybe like I can be your content creator. I can help you. I'm good at writing. I have good writing skills. I can help you write your articles. Things like that. A mentor will be like, wow. Because trust me, mentors are they feel choked sometimes. Like they have a lot they're doing. So getting someone to come and take that burden of them, like, automatically you want their art. They just want their art. They're like, so what's to help me? I don't have to pay, you know. So I think that is really important. And then in terms of mentor, she said capacity. Like, don't, as a mentor, don't take so many people on board that you want to mentor. Look at what you can do at a time. Capacity is really important, because if you take on too many people, you feel overwhelmed, and this could even affect your productivity. So she said that as well. Then she said impact knowledge. So it's not just about having mentees. Make sure you impact knowledge. That is very important. And then another, leadership skills. Acquire, as a mentor, try to acquire leadership skills. Try to, if you have to do a training, whatever it is you have to do, there are lots of leadership training programs on YouTube, on LinkedIn. Take any of this and courses, and then you're good to go as a leader. Of course, maybe not good to go, but at least it helps you kind of build your leadership skills to a certain point. Then you learn as you grow in it. So those were the points from Tosin Sanusi. Thank you so much. So Sanusi, I'm still coming back to you, but now I would like to welcome Professor Bolajoko Aina. Professor Bolajoko Aina, thank you for joining us today. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, welcome, Ma. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I have a question for you, Ma. Like Sophie already gave us the qualities of good mentors and mentors. So I would like to ask, what are mentors expected to do, and how can they actually support women mentees?
Like Tosin has mentioned, she has mentioned some of the facts or points I wanted to raise. Actually, when I was approached about this topic, I was like, mentor, mentee. I've never, seen myself mentoring a particular person, or I've never had someone that can say, okay, this was my mentor, like I told you. And I said, okay, I'm a researcher now. Let me go on and let me see the description of a mentor and mentee. Only for me to say and find out that I've even been mentoring a lot of people, based on my field as a lecturer.
That's your job, Ma.
I've been head of department.
You're a mentor by profession, man. Yeah.
Yes. And I realized that, wait, I've been mentoring a lot of people without even, using that word mentoring. So for a mentor, the mentor has to be a leader, has to be a role model. Because that was what came into my mind when I was thinking, okay, who was my mentor? I had a role model, actually, that, I liked their lifestyle. She was in academia. I already had the mind to go into academia, even as an undergraduate.
Wow.
Now, seeing this person in academia, liking her lifestyle, it sort of like encouraged me more to be in academia. So now, okay, so a mentor would be a leader, would be a role model, can even be a colleague. Realizing when I was head of department, I gave my staff free hand to contribute to the growth of the department. That is, you don't have to be afraid. Hey, we don't know what we meet with this HOD. I gave them free hand. It's not that I'm just thinking back, or that it was just like a normal thing. It was just like a normal thing to me. Then also, a mentor should be a supporter, should be an advisor, a friend, a guide, counselor, a supporter. And I feel, okay, I've even been doing all this, even with my students. There are some students who just come across. There was a lady one time, she was almost giving up because she had extra year. After the extra year, she couldn't still finish. It was like, I'm tired. I said, no, my girl, don't give up. Just one course or one or two courses that she had. I said, no, you have to finish this. Just have that courage that, God, I'm going to finish. I've started and I must finish. And she finished. Then actually, I was in the background, I was monitoring her success. I was monitoring her results. So by the time she came to me eventually, I've seen my result. I just like, that's my girl. I've already seen your results. And she's doing well now. So it's like something, then at times when you look at it, some mentors, it's something that is natural to them. Then as a mentor, you don't discourage your mentee. You try to encourage as much as possible. If the mentee is wrong, you can correct with love, with care. So then as a mentor, you should make yourself to be available. And then with your experience and wisdom added, you can actually help a mentee. Then don't try to solve everybody's problem. There are times you just give guidelines, allow the mentee to find solution to the problem. If you try to solve everybody's problem, you're going to miss it. And also you can, as you provide guidance, you to be ready to learn. And I do that a lot. Even as a professor, I still learn from my junior colleagues. What I don't understand, I'll call them, oh yeah, come. How do I go about this? So it's a two-way action. You can learn from your mentee as well as training your mentee. I think that's what I'll have for now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma, for that. I think those. Okay. Do you have any other thing to say?
I was just going to say, unless you want me to go on to what are not expected of mentors, which I've mentioned.
Okay, yes, you can. Yes, you already you mentioned don't try to solve everyone's problem. So yes, you can include that.
Don't try to take over their life. You are supposed to suggest and guide them. You mustn't say this that I've said is what you must do that will make you to succeed. No. You just give a guide and monitor them, encourage them. Don't force anything on them. Let them be able to make their decision after you have given them options or suggestions. And then also, like in the workplace, like I said, I've been head, I've been dean. I didn't try to form a caucus. Everybody has access to me. You can come in with any problem, you discuss and find a way out. Because like it's been said that in some, working place, when you start having this mentor-mentee thing, then they start forming political groups or allies, some against the other. As a person, I don't believe in that. Everybody is equal. And then also, there's nothing like favoritism. Everybody is equal as far as I'm concerned. Whatever your problem is, how I will attend to it. There's nothing like this one, they are in a caucus. No, I don't do that. Whatever I have to do, I do for everybody. And I don't condemn. Actually, there was even a time, the way I was fighting for my staff, because of some things other people were saying. Later, I started questioning myself. Take it easy. But it was like I was putting myself in those staff position that, okay, if I was the person in this situation, how would I want people to deal with me? And I know that some people have blamed me for that I'm too simple, this and that, but I don't care. All I know is I want people to be happy and to feel happy coming to work. Because, like if you are ahead and your subordinates are afraid to come to you, there's a problem.
Sure.
There are some people like that, you feel, hey, what do I need to if I go to meet this person now? You're already afraid. But when you make the door open that people can come, you discuss, but that doesn't mean that you can't still apply any strict penalty if there's need to. I think I will stop at that for now. Okay. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. Those are really good points. I know, of course, when I saw your name on the on the list of mentors I would be talking to today, I knew we're going to gain a lot from you. Thank you so much. So, Professor Bolajoko, I know just spoke to us about what mentors are expected to do and what mentors are not expected to do. So I'm just going to highlight some of our points because you gave a lot, and then I've actually written some down. And then I believe going forward, even I myself, like being a mentor, being a mentee, I'll be able to apply some of these points that she's actually given us today. She said the first thing, you have to be a leader, you have to be a role model, you have to be a supporter, you have to be a counselor, and it should come natural, more like don't force it. And I understand why for her to come natural. She's a lecturer. I think most lecturers are automatically mentors, but maybe not all. But I think I've been with Daytopia since last year, and then the few programs I've attended, she's always there. She's always trying to attend to, even if she comes in, she will still join. So like, I would say she's really a supporter from what I've seen. I don't know her personally, but I would say she supports a lot and she's a supporter. So I think those are things that are really important. And they said, as a mentor, these are the things you shouldn't do. Don't discourage. Correct, and then make yourself to be available. If you have to correct, but don't condemn. So she made those points. She said, don't try to solve everyone's problem. You can't be there. So I would say basically have boundaries. And she said, guide instead. Don't try to do it for the mentees. You can guide them on how to do it. And I think I'd really agree to that. Because how will a mentee learn when you have to do it for the mentee? So guiding the mentee is really important rather than doing it for them. Because that way they will never learn, because they'll be, I can always go back to Professor Bolajoko instead of having them to do it. So next time, if they actually learn through you, you've been able to guide, imagine you being able to guide a mentee to write a good thesis. When the mentee, that's for undergraduate level, when the mentee is doing their master's degree, they don't need to come and say, oh, Professor Bolajoko taught me to do it this way, so I'm just going to apply that. So they don't have to come back to you over and over again. But once you're able to guide that mentee, it makes it a lot easier for you yourself and even for the mentee. So I think I'll have to agree with that. Thank you so much. And then she said, as a mentor, be ready to learn. Don't say, oh, I'm too old to learn, or because I'm the mentor. You can even learn from your mentee. So I think I'll have to agree with that as well. Thank you for sharing those. A lot, and she said, don't try to take over their lives because you're their mentor. Be like, oh, come over, I need you, come and buy food for me, or come and do this for me. And their mentor might be a student that needs to study. So don't try to take over their life as a mentor. And they said, don't condemn, and then have boundaries. So I think those are the points she highlighted. And thank you so much, Professor Bolajoko. I know we're still coming back to you, but now I'll move on to,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for those points. I'll move on to Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya. Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been chatting we've been chatting earlier. So welcome. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, so you as a mentor, I would say, how can a mentee know if a mentor is good for her? And what are the steps a woman can take to make someone become a mentor? So maybe I should make that question into two. So let's start with, how can a mentee know if a mentor is good for her? Let's start with that.
I'm going to start. Let me start with my story, because I like the way Professor Bolajoko came in with her own personal story, and which actually made me remember back then too. I actually didn't also know that there was something called mentoring or mentorship in any way. I remember that I applied for a diploma program while I was doing my master's, and during that my program, we were assigned, because it was a program in leadership and project management. So towards the end of the program, we were assigned a mentor. And luckily for me, I was assigned a mentor that was actually just perfect for me. She was the director of public health. She was just everything I wanted. She was a woman. I was so excited to go into the relationship with her, and all. And I didn't even know it was like that. So I remember that then I would book sessions with her. I would go to her office. We'll have discussions and all that. But to be honest, I wasn't getting so much from the relationship, because I remember that anytime we go, we spent so much time, because we are both Africans, we are both from Nigeria. We spent so much time discussing about our backgrounds, how hard it was to migrate from Nigeria and all that. And I remember that after 6 months, it was just, all I could remember get out from that relationship was all the negativity that was happening in Nigeria and everything. So these are one of the pitfalls you want to avoid when you are going into a mentorship program or a mentoring program. In as much as you need to develop relationship with your mentor, you also need to understand that they are not your friends. You don't want to have a relationship whereby you end up losing the sight of what mentoring is all about. So number one thing you want to rule out is over familiarity when it comes to mentor and mentoring relationship. You need to understand that, in as much as, yes, I need somebody that knows my background, understand where I'm coming from, somebody that I can talk to, somebody that is in line with my discipline. Also, you need to understand the fact that I want somebody that I can gain the best from, that I can have the best from, which is very, very, very important. So talking about what things to look out for in a mentor, first thing you need to look out for is somebody that actually is willing and ready to sponsor you, willing and ready to listen to you. Before even you have conversations with that person, they must have been having discussions on a professional level with you. It is very, very important that, okay, probably when you meet them at a cocktail, you meet them at the conference, they are willing to come and have a discussion with you, talk to you, they send you emails, and they are actually very passionate about your career. I'm going to give you an example of my relationship with Professor Bolajoko. So I remember back when I finished my first degree, I graduated with a 2.2. I was really devastated because I felt like, oh, I should have had a better grade. How do I go for my master's? I have, ambition for my master's and all that. And she told me that, okay, there's a program in Unilag you can come for. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try and come for it. And I started staying with her. My time with her made me align my life right. Like, it made me know what I wanted to do. It made me know where next I needed to go in my life. I see her all night awake, studying. You know, she's
Wow.
you see, let me tell you one thing. You cannot live with Professor Bolajoko and not be serious with your life. Like early in the morning, she's up for jogging and she's above 50. And then you're looking at yourself as
Wow.
a young person, you're just sitting down,
You're
eating
just
ameba, eating
sleeping.
amala, and then you're doing absolutely nothing with your life. So after my program, I, we started talking, and then I decided that, okay, I was going to go for my master's abroad, and all that. And she was very, till now, like, she was very supportive during my data collection. And that's what you do. That's what a mentor does. A mentor has to be interested in your life. He doesn't have to, you don't even have to wait till necessarily you say, oh, let's announce it, let's officialize it, let's give it a name. You are my mentor, I'm your mentee. We never had that discussion that, Ma, come and be my mentor, come and be. We never had that discussion. But she was much more than a mentor to me. If I call her once, she will answer twice. Like, that's it.
Wow.
Like, I'm telling you that, like, that's what a mentor should do, And those are the qualities you want to look for in a mentor. Somebody that is willing. Some people, you don't even have to give them the tag, because the moment you give somebody a tag, it becomes a burden on that person that, oh, I have to start doing this. Some people, you just need to just keep the relationship with them, continue having that conversation, and you get to gain a lot from it. And that's it. That's it. So, like I said, number one qualities that you want to look out for is someone that is willing to listen to you, very supportive. And you can also see it from their track records of people that they have supported also in their career. So those are one of the things that you need to look out for.
Okay, so the second one is what? Okay, I'm still coming back to that, because those are really great points, and thank you for sharing that example with us. I think I really like that, because that way everyone can relate. Especially, like for me, I can go back to memory lane and then I say, oh, this person supported me like this at that point in my life, So I can actually call that person my mentor, but then maybe it's just my lecturer is doing his job.
Yeah.
But no, maybe not to everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just to me and few other people. So yes, thank you so much, Dr. Adejumoke, for sharing that. So the second part of the question is, what are the steps a woman can take to make someone become a mentor? Maybe not a woman, maybe anyone can take to make someone become a mentor.
I think number one is be vigilant. Be vigilant. To be honest, your mentor is actually around you. You don't need to go online and start searching for somebody. There's always somebody somewhere around you that is an inspiration to you, that is a mentor. The moment you start waiting, oh, I need to wait for Bill Gates to be my mentor, then you're going to have problem, because in the next 6 months, you might not even get a reply from him. No, that's the truth.
Exactly, true.
So to be honest, you don't need to look far. Your mentor is actually around you. And we as Africans, we take for granted our family members. We take for granted people around us, or we say, oh, this person, what have they achieved in their life? When did they even start self? No, that's what we do, but that's what we do. So sometimes people that are actually very close to you can be your mentor. My brother is one of my greatest cheerleader, and that's because we encourage each other. I don't think of the fact that, oh, I'm older than him, I have to be the one that should lead or should direct him. There's a relationship between us whereby we understand that, okay, I can support you at this point, you can support me at this point. So number one thing, you need to be vigilant, you need to be observant. Your mentor doesn't have to be somebody that far. It could be somebody very close to you. That's one. Then two is that have conversations with this person. First of all, don't make it official. Just have a random conversation with them. Talk to them. Listen to what are their goals, what are their career paths, what are their interests. Think about it. Is what this person, does it resonate with me? You don't want a mentor that, like, there's this one that I used to have. I won't call him a mentor, but all he does is talk about people. Oh, that girl, you didn't hear about that girl. You understand? So they have to have the same goals and ambitions as you have. So before you approach anybody, make sure that you talk to them first. Understand what their goals are. Understand what they are. Then afterwards, then you can talk to them like, okay, I would like to have a discussion with you. Okay, can we have it official, whereby we can have a relationship between the two of us? Yeah, so it starts from there.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, Dr. Adejumoke. I think I really love all those points you've highlighted here. So she said, I'm just going to do a quick recap. When I asked, how can a mentee know if a mentor is good for, she said, as a mentor, don't lose the sight. Make sure you're focused. I said, rule out over familiarity. Oh, don't say, oh, because I know this person and all that. I said, someone, I mean, as a mentee, don't rule out over familiarity. Don't say, oh, because I know this person cannot be good for me. I said, someone you can get the best from. So when you're looking out for a mentor, look at the person you can get the best from, maybe in terms of field, in terms of skills that they have. You have to look out for that kind of mentor. I said, someone that is willing to listen to you. Because some people are good, they know their stuff, but maybe they're not good at listening to people. They may not actually be good mentors. So you need to actually try to build that relationship. And in the process, you see if this person is actually interested in being your mentor, or if this person is actually good at listening. Because some people are actually awesome at what they do, but listening skills is another topic is a topic for another day. So because some people are awesome, they are brilliant, they're intelligent, but they don't have their listening skills is probably poor, so they're not good at listening to other people. So you want to actually look out for that. Then said a mentor has to be interested in your life. You need to have interest about your life, how you can grow, how you can be better than who you currently are. So all those are the things you need to look out for. Someone that would drive you, that would bring out the best in you. If not, there's no point. Just keep your, maybe you keep doing it on your own till you're able to get someone that would actually be able to point you in the right direction. I said, I think the other one was, what are the steps anyone can take to make someone become their mentor? She said, be vigilant. Sometimes your mentor is somewhere around you. It's probably even a family member. So you just need to pay attention. Don't underrate people because you think, oh, I know, when did she start? When did they start? So look out for those and said, understand what their goals are. That way, when you know what their goals are, it will help you to know if that person is the right mentor or not. And then you'll be able to know what step to take towards making them your mentor. So thank you so much, Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya. So I'm going to move on to Sarah Egbo. I don't know if I'm correct, if I'm actually pronouncing that name very well, but maybe I'll just say Sarah. So I'm just going to move on to Sarah because I don't want to start spoiling someone's surname here. But she said I got it the first time, so hopefully I'm still getting it right. So I'm going to move on to Sarah. And Sarah, we've been on Daytopia talking about scholarship, academics, and all that in the past. I think 2 times, right? We're always like there as the speaker, yes. So I'm familiar with Sarah. I'm familiar with everyone here actually, but maybe more with Sarah because we've been on the same platform at same time. So Sarah, I would like to know, how much impact do you think mentoring has made towards the empowerment of women in Nigeria and Africa? Do you think mentoring has actually made much impact for women in Africa and Nigeria and Africa as a whole?
All right, so thank you, Bola.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks for granting me the opportunity to be on this platform, first of all. And it's been quite interesting to listen from my co-mentors. So yeah, concerning the question you just asked, I feel that mentoring has had a considerable impact in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, but there's still much more to be done. But I feel that looking at the past and even at the present, there are persons that have gained a lot in terms of mentoring. So we'll talk about the public space, that's known people. We talk about, let's say, for instance, in Nigeria, we have persons like Mrs. Ibukun Awosika. We have Tara Fela Durosoye. It's actually interesting that from my learning from this kinds of persons, it's actually interesting to know that they've had this form of mentorship going on. So for instance, Tara Durosoye was a mentee of, and she's still a mentee of Mrs. Ibukun Awosika. And she mentioned there was one video that I was watching about her where she mentioned that she was in when she was trying to start up her cosmetic line, which is the Tara Beauty cosmetic business, and then she met Mrs. Ibukun about it, taking advice on how to go about it and everything. Even though Mrs. Ibukun isn't exactly in that line, we know her as a business magnate. She's the former board member of the First Bank Nigeria. So she was able to like guide her, show her the way on how she could go about her business in terms of developing a strong business idea, and also in terms of securing funds in order to kickstart the business. So that's an instance of a mentorship that had happened. that we know of in the public space. And then aside these two persons, we also have other persons like Folorunso Alakija, who is the richest woman in Africa. I'm not sure if she's still the richest in the world, like Black woman in the world, but yeah, she has this foundation called Rose of Sharon Foundation that is dedicated to not just empowering women, but also serving as a platform for women to come together to learn from her and other like-minded persons like her in order to better their lives. So persons like this, instances like this, these are known people. Talk more of the people that are in our spaces, the people that are not there on the internet that we know about their mentoring experiences. These are persons that they've passed on the baton to the next woman, either beside them or below them, and those women have gone on to do great things, and they still are. Even globally, like in Africa, there's also persons like the president of Ethiopia, Saleh Zede. She's also a great mentor. She's a great personality as well. And even the former president of Liberia, that's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Yeah, she too also is a great mentor. So that's at the wider perspective in Africa. I believe that yes, that's the things that these women have done. In addition to all the other persons I haven't mentioned, they've paved the way for a lot of women to come up. And where we are right now presently is not, you can't say it's the same level at which we were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. There've been some considerable progress when it comes to women mentoring other women. But like I said at the start, there's much more that needs to be done. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for those wonderful points. And then thank you for actually showing us, people that have actually been mentors, but like I know all those people, but well, I just never saw them as, okay, I just knew they were doing their thing, but I never saw them as being mentors. But yes, now thinking about it, these are people that have actually like Tara Feladrotoye. I know she has like a lot of women. She's always having this tea party with women entrepreneurs or so. So yeah, that's a form of mentorship, right? So thank you for that. And then Ibuka Woshika, all those. And then, of course, even maybe in Africa, like Oprah Winfrey and all that in America, and even in Africa, the president of Ethiopia. Yes, those are actually. So she basically, I'm just going to do like a very brief recap. Like Sarah said, the top leaders in Africa that have mentoring platforms and programs, and they have been able to pave ways for other women to actually come up and become like their own, to become big and become like own their businesses and own their own foundations and do other great things. So yes, I will agree with that. And then I'm sure there are even more people that we can't even think of right now. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. So I'm going to ask again, so Sarah, do you think people should pay for mentoring programs?
Yeah, but it depends. It depends on your aim. It depends on what you want to get out of it. And it depends if you personally feel it's worth it. If you feel like it's really worth it, you feel like you're going to gain from the mentoring program, then sure thing, go ahead for it. If you feel warm about it, like you feel like you're having double thoughts about it, like, oh, I'm not certain I'm going to get out as much as I would hope to get, then you could try platforms that offer free mentoring sessions, or even trial versions, like, okay, we're going to mentor you for a period of time for free, and then just like a test run, and then if you're pleased with it, you could pay for subsequent mentoring sections. So it's entirely up to the individual. What are you seeking from it, and what do you feel about it? What do you hope to gain from it? Consider those factors, and then that will determine if you want to pay for mentoring sessions or not.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for that. Because I know people always have like this thing about, oh, it's mentorship, mentoring, like it's mentorship, whatever. And then they were like, oh, why do I have to pay? It's supposed to be free. So that's why I think this question is something I will open up. Okay, Jumoke has something to say here.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say this. I think it was based on Sarah's last point, where she said that there are lots of women supporting other women, mentoring other women. In as much as I believe so much in you having all these online mentors. having all these big people, big mentors, whereby you just follow them online. I feel like you still need somebody that you can access, like somebody that you can sit down and they can mentor you on a one-to-one level. You understand? It's not just about you listening to them talk. You need much more of a direct mentoring, whereby you can actually, this person can actually coach you on a direct level. So in as much as it's good to follow these people, have them as background, as a backup strategy, listen to them, how has their work in life been, but you also need somebody that you can actually have access to on a one-to-one level. Yeah, that's what I just wanted to say.
Yeah, because why I'm asking about the paid, some of those people, they have paid mentoring programs. Do you understand? Where you can actually have the one-on-one access to them. So that's why I'm asking that, do you think it's a good idea to pay, or do you think it's good to charge for that kind of service? So you as a mentor, would you charge for that mentoring service?
I think it depends on, to me, I feel like mentoring should be given for free. I don't know. That's me. But I understand when people start charging, because it helps eliminate unserious people. For instance,
Yeah.
when we started Daytopia, we had a lot of unserious people joining, and then it was just because they were not paying for it. You understand? So that's one of the things, because for you to pay for it, it means that you are serious and you know what you want
really
to do.
want it.
Yeah, but for me, I wouldn't charge. I wouldn't charge. But it depends on also you as a mentor, a mentee. What do you want to get out of it? If this is somebody that is really in your line, you have something you want to get from that person, then you can pay for it.
Thank you for that. I really like that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jumoke. Thank you, Sarah. So come back to that. So Tosin, back to you. Are you there? Okay, yes.
Yes, I am.
So I just want to know, how can mentoring bridge the gap for women dealing with imposter syndrome? I'm sure people like the others would like to know, because imposter syndrome is something like a lot of people deal with, and most especially women. So how can mentoring bridge the gap for women dealing with imposter syndrome in their academic careers or businesses? And what are the best methods they can use to undo it?
Okay. So that question sounds like, when people ask you some questions in some words, you're like, hey, God, where do I start from? But then,
okay, we can
so
break it into two. You can leave the methods for now and just talk about how to bridge that gap for women.
I even get it. I get it. Yeah. So I think mentorship or mentoring really bridges the gap, because the fact that I see a woman doing the same things that I want to do gives me some sort of encouragement, knowing that, oh, okay, this is possible. I can actually achieve this thing. They say it's a man's world, but seeing a woman, like we mentioned names, Ibuka Woshika, some of them really hold positions that have been known to be held by men, so it gives you that sort of encouragement, and that it just unveils you, and you just know that, oh yeah, this is actually possible. And getting access to these people, knowing how they actually did some of these things, or how they were actually able to achieve these things, would also let you know how to streamline your path. You know what to do, you know what to achieve. You're not discouraged, because they always say something in Yoruba. I'll just translate it, like, when you see how someone has done it, you know that it is possible for you to actually do that same thing. So you're not struggling with that feeling of, oh, am I enough? Oh, I'm a mom, I'm a woman, can I really achieve these things? Most of the people I'm competing with are men. Is it possible for me to achieve these things? But when you've actually seen a woman sitting in those positions, they're like, she did it now.
Exactly.
I will be able to do this. If I put in the work, then I will be able to achieve this. Now getting access to those kind of women, knowing how they achieved these things, is just like icing on the cake for you, because you already know that, yes, I can do it. And then they now tell you how. So I can do it, then you now know the how to do it. So I think it eliminates imposter syndrome in a way. And truth is, I think almost everybody deals with imposter, even some of these mentors that we're going to meet deal with imposter syndrome, because as a woman, society, culture, almost everything is like against women, telling us boldly to our faces, like, oh, this is not for you, this place is not for you, scoot along. And you're like, why? But seeing women that have achieved these things gives us that hope that these things are achievable for a woman with children, with a married woman with children, and all the limitations that society could actually put. It is achievable. So in a way, it just lifts your mind. And I think one of the things that can help to eliminate imposter syndrome is embracing originality. The reason why a lot of us have imposter syndrome is because we are comparing ourselves to a lot of people out there. So you're starting to ask, so me, I'm just starting. And then I'm comparing myself to Ibukwan Shika. Like, I'm not asking myself, like, am I enough? Can I do this? Can I achieve this? And she's been there for what? Years,
Sure.
So obviously, I'm going to have imposter syndrome, because if I sleep and I wake up and I'm like, hey, God, how do I want to get to where she got to? Because I'm not even giving myself time to grow.
Sure.
I'm not embracing my original skills, my original talents, things that are peculiar to me. I just want to do things the way that she did them. And that's one thing we must take note of, even as mentors and mentees. You have totally different skills, talents, strengths from whoever is mentoring you. So you don't have, sometimes when we streamline what we do to what they say, we are limiting ourselves.
Sure.
So when your mentor says, do this, and then you do it that same way. And in the real sense, you can actually do it better or even bigger, but you've just limited yourself because that's how they said it. But why not take, my mentor always says something, that when I tell you these things, sit back and sift which one is for you. Just don't apply everything, I've told you, and you just copy and paste. You might not get the same results. But sift out the things that are peculiar to you. Look at your strengths, look at your weaknesses. How can you fine-tune these things to suit your person? And then launch, So it's important that even as a mentee, you're not copying everything that your mentor says, because if you don't achieve that same result, at the end of the day, you not tell yourself, I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew I couldn't achieve this. I knew this was not for me. Meanwhile, you are better if you did things, your way. So embrace originality. I recently attended a conference for counselors, because I also do relationship coaching and counseling. And, we talked a lot, and I realized that subconsciously, a lot of us try to be like other people. Subconsciously, right? Like, it's not even something you intentionally do. You just realize that maybe you're scrolling through social media and you realize that, oh, this person passed their message across in this particular way. And you go and do that particular thing. And then you don't get the likes, you don't get the comments that they get, and you're like, hey, this is not for me. This relationship coaching is not for me. Just because you copied another person's method and it did not work for you. Why not sit down, search yourself, what would really work for you? What kind of audience do you even have? And then be original with your content and how you want to deliver your content. So I think, honestly, for imposter syndrome, just embrace originality, and then build your own self-esteem. That's important. If you have a shaky self-esteem or a low self-esteem, by the time you start meeting people, in fact, you meet some mentors that will make you feel like you don't know anything. You don't know anything up here. Like, honestly, they'll make you feel like, man, you've just been sleeping. Meanwhile, you've actually been doing stuff. I mean, little drops of water make a mighty ocean. But some of them can also belittle your little efforts that you feel condemned. And like Professor Aina said, as a mentor, you don't condemn your mentees, But a lot of mentors do that, truthfully, even on social media. If you are not any so yeah, this, and you're like, hey, I've even past that age by how many years that I've never So embrace originality, build your self-esteem, it's so important. It's so important. Even as a mentor, you need to build your self-esteem, because sometimes when you start teaching your mentees, a lot of them will pass you by far. A lot of my mentors are not social media people. If you probably mention their names in social media space, people will probably know me more than they know them. But if they're not confident in themselves, imposter syndrome would also settle in their minds.
True.
You know, like, I've been the one telling this girl what to do, how to do it, but it seems like she's even doing it or getting better results than I am, you know. So building your self-esteem is also so important. And also realizing that our paths in life are different. And the way that we're going to get to these destinations also are different. If you want to get to Lagos now, if you want to get to Ibadan from Lagos now, you can either go by air, by land, that's by car, or you go by train. So whoever flies by air will get to Ibadan faster than train and car. You get? But when you know that you're going by train, slow and steady, and then the person going by air has got to Ibadan, you're not starting to feel like, didn't we start together? Didn't we take off together? This person has gotten there before me. I'm this, I'm that, I'm too slow. Like, but the ways that we're going to achieve things are totally different. So be self-confident, be confident in yourself, knowing that this is the path for my life, and I'm going to follow that path. The only competition should be with yourself and not any other person. So when you're confident in yourself, like, oh, okay, I'm going to Cotonou and I'm going by road, you know that you're going to get there whoever is going by air will get there like way before you, you know. So taking your time also, then celebrating your little wins, so that you know that I'm actually making progress also. I'm not where I used to be, or I'm not where I'm going to, but at least I'm not where I used to be. You know, I've taken some steps forward. And basically self-care, self-love, just embracing yourself and your journey. Be around people that, you know, will give you that positive vibes, as we say now in the generation, the vibes, the positive vibes, you know. Be with people that will give you that positive vibes, not the negativity, like, oh, what are you doing with your life and all of that. People that will tell you, oh my God, you did this, wow, that's so good, let me buy you shawarma. You know, just celebrating your little wins, and buy yourself something, buy yourself ice cream, whatever it is, to celebrate your little wins, you know. And I think with this method, you'll be confident even in your mentee and, you know, mentor relationship, to know that yes, I'm going on this path and I'll achieve it. Thank
you so much for that, Tosin. I think I really enjoyed that, because I know that social media has actually made a lot of people to feel less of themselves, because they feel so many people are achieving more. LinkedIn, Instagram, and all that. So you need to be self-confident for you to even go on those platforms sometimes, especially now, because a lot of people make it seem like, oh, if you are not winning, you shouldn't be. Yes. So I think I really like that. And then imposter syndrome, a lot of people deal with that. Even like you said, some mentors deal with that. Because I'm actually like, there are people that, oh, I follow and I feel, wow, this is so confident. And then sometimes they come out and they say, you want to know the truth? Sometimes coming out the air on Instagram Live, like I still do with imposter syndrome, but they come out like every other week. You know, you think, wow, they are doing it, they are nailing it, but they still have to do with imposter syndrome, like, but they are not giving up. Like whatever it is, people will say, let them say, I'm coming out. So that's where self-esteem comes in. Like you need to build your self-esteem. You need to be original, like you said. Just be original, just be yourself, and don't take things. How will I put it? What did you say? Our paths in life are different. So because someone has gotten there before you, doesn't mean you have to get there now. Your own path is different. You still arrive there. You may even still go past that person. So just take your time, be on your lane. Like people, just be on your lane. So yes, thank you for that. Thank you, Tosin, for those. I think these points are really good. And then for those that actually having to dealing with imposter syndrome, and they think, oh, maybe mentoring could help. Yes, mentoring could help, but you have to pick the right mentor so that you don't even increase your imposter syndrome by picking the wrong mentor that will make you feel less of yourself. So you have to really look out for maybe toxic mentors. If mentor is toxic, just get out. Don't be there. She said, surround yourself with people that will give you the positive vibes. Be positive, and at the same time, surround yourself with people that will give you positive vibes, that will make you feel to be positive even more than you were before. So thank you so much, Tosin. Thank you for that. I really enjoyed that. So, Professor Bolajoko, I know, I think we are on the last question for the day. So,
Sorry,
Professor
please,
Bolajoko, are you there?
before you go to the last, I just wanted to say this
Yes.
because I remembered after the Daytopia competition, a couple of us mentors came together and then we're like, oh my goodness, where did these mentees get their slides from? Like we started feeling like we are mentors, we are meant to know these things. Did they employ somebody to do these things for them? And then, you know, me personally, I just sent Abib a message that, okay, Abib, I don't know how you guys did this slide, so but you guys got to teach me this thing, you know, because that's just it. It was really, really, they were creative. Like they had gone a whole step ahead of us. And it's easy for imposter syndrome to like creep in as a mentor if you are not careful. But instead of actually thinking of it too far, just walk up and meet these people. We learn from each other, learn how they did it, and you know, then you move on.
True. I agree with that. Like, ask some people if you can do it, learn. If you think, oh, this is not really my thing, you don't have to actually kill yourself over it. So, yes, I agree with that. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke. So, I'm going to move on to Professor Aina. Is she there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, she's there.
I'm here.
Okay, Professor, yes. Thank you for still hanging around with us today. So, Professor Aina, I just want to know, what would be your best career advice to women?
I think I want to get something clear about this person. Initially, I had it in mind that you are asking that what would be my advice as to career choice, but looking at it second time, I was like, could you be another meaning? So exactly what do you want? Is it advice on what career the woman should take, or what the person should do while in a career or something like that?
Yes, what they should do while they are there trying to build their career and trying to find their way, like maybe a student trying to like get into they're just graduated, maybe a fresh graduate that's just about to get a job, and then maybe someone that is already working that wants more. You know, as human, will always want more. So what would be your best career advice to women that are actually like trying to build their career and then trying to, or maybe new graduates that are trying to find their way out there, get onto that career path and then grow from there? What would be your advice to them?
Okay, so it means I'm going to even answer the question as to the two ways it has occurred to me. Now, first thing, like choice, for instance, I will advise I pick what you enjoy doing. For instance, I'm in pharmacy. There are different practice areas in pharmacy. So I decided to go into academia. I could go into community. I could go into any other field. I could go into the hospital. But I just picked, I don't know, I can't explain. If people ask me, I keep on telling them that I don't know why I like academia. I just know that before I graduated, I've already made up my mind that it was going to be academia or nothing. And I've had the opportunity to work in hospitals, even to work in oil company hospital, but yet I still went from academia. That's that. Then as to growing in the career, after you have chosen your career, be focused. Okay. Try to find out what it takes to grow in that your line that you have chosen. Be hardworking. Don't say because I'm a woman, they should give me a leeway. No. Work as hard as any other person, whether a man or woman, doesn't matter. Be focused. Then if ideas come to you, go on with your idea. It's either you fail, but if you fail, you're going to learn what to do better next time. Okay. Don't be timid. Don't be afraid. Try to know all the ropes. Okay, for instance, I have chosen academia. I know that to stay in academia, you have to do research, you have to publish, you have to attend conferences and the rest. So I have to be focused on those areas that will make me, progress in my career. So even if you're in the community too, there are things you need to do so that you stand out in community pharmacy practice. Anywhere you find yourself, do things that will make you stand out. Be truthful, be hardworking, be focused. I think those are the things that can make you get to the top of whatever career you have chosen.
Now, thank you so much for those wonderful, wonderful points. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yes, like you said, pick what you enjoy doing.
And of course, sorry, let me add something again. Of course, don't forget the God angle as well.
Okay, God. Put God first.
Yes,
thank you so much.
You can't remove that, because even if you have an idea, you need to ask. And I'm a Christian, you need to ask for the Holy Spirit to direct you. to direct you to the right path of that idea, because you can have idea that can fail, but if you have idea and you're back up with the God angle, like I said, it can fly.
It can fly, true. Wow, thank you so much, man, for those wonderful tips. I would call them tips because so many people don't know. Pick what you enjoy doing. A lot of people want to do what everyone is doing because that is what is the in thing, in trend right now, but because they may not actually enjoy it. So you need to actually pick what to enjoy. Like she said, she loves to write papers. She knows what it takes to be in academia, and she decided to go all the way because she knows she will be able to do it and she enjoys doing it. So because you have a PhD and if you know from that PhD that you don't like some people ask me now, oh, do you want to be a lecturer? Well, I don't think so because I'm not sure if I enjoy writing papers. I've written papers, but it's not really what I enjoy doing. Maybe I love to teach, but not write papers. So if you know that it's not your strong, you don't have your strength doesn't lie there. Why do it? Go to where, take a career that you enjoy doing. So basically that's what she said. I said, be focused, be truthful, God first, and do things that will make you feel happy with yourself and you won't be afraid. So she said, don't be timid or be afraid. Thank you so much for those wonderful tips and points, Ma. I think I really like that. So for people that just joined us, I don't know if there's any. So we're talking about the role of mentoring in empowering women. So that is what this is all about mentors, mentorship, and then empowering women generally. So thank you for joining us today. So I'm just going to move on to Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya, our last question for the day. The question is, do you have tips for networking online for women seeking mentors?
Okay, personally, me, when it comes to social media, online platforms, I'm not an expert because but one thing I would just say is that we need to be conscious of our social media presence, in the sense that if you want people to take you serious, don't use your social media for unserious things. Because for instance, if you are trying to network with people online and then they look into your background and they see you post rubbish online, it just eliminates you from the whole, yeah. So make sure that your social media presence says a lot about your person as a person. So this will help anybody that was thinking of, okay, let me network with this person, help them know that you're a very serious candidate. Then, like we have all said from the beginning, streamline your networking. Streamline your networking. Don't be looking for somebody in engineering today and somebody in biotech tomorrow, somebody somewhere else next tomorrow. Streamline. I'm sure Sarah will be able to say more on it. She's the social media internet networking person. Sarah, do you want to add to what I just said?
Yeah, I'm going to add. Oh my.
We can hear you, Sarah.
We can hear you. Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So just to add to what Dr. Jumoke has said, we are all social media learners. Let me not say I'm more knowledgeable than you. Okay, but just to add, so tips for networking online for women seeking mentors. First off, you have to do a thorough search on the person of interest, the person that you're seeking to have as your mentor. What's their background? What do you know to be their knowledge or skill sets? What do you know about them in terms of experience? You need to really dig deep into these persons to be certain that, okay, these are the kind of people, or this is the kind of female mentor that you would like to have in your life, that you would like to show you the ropes. So when you do the research on them, then you can reach out to them. That's the next step. The next step is for you to reach out to them on something specific. Don't just send a message to a prospective mentor saying, oh, my name is, let's say, Sarah Egbo, and I'm interested in the work you do, and I would like to have you as a mentor. That is very cliche. That's going to put a lot of people off, me included.
Okay.
So yeah. So instead, you would say, hi, like for instance, if the person is addressing to me, how I would like it to be with like, okay, hi, you could say Miss Abo or Sarah, whichever one is fine by me. You could say, oh, I like your research on understanding the effects of. You'd have to look. That's why I said that the person needs to do a thorough research. So look at what interests you, what the person has done. Like for instance, now for me, let's say I've done a research on educational outcomes of girls in school. So you'd refer to that in our conversation, especially if you feel that's a point that we can both connect on. Be like, oh, I like your research on educational outcomes of girls in urban areas or rural areas, and you can even go as far as picking points from that research, so that the person will know that, okay, this person means serious business. For the person to have gone through my research paper, and the person is even picking out points from the research paper, that means this person is not here to joke. So you could also do that. Try not to make it too lengthy, but just about right, to give the right information, the right amount of information. Specifically give what the person has done, and then you also connect that to your aim. Like, okay, reading up on your research. I would like to learn more from you in terms of researching in this area. Kindly let me know how best to reach you or when you'll be available for us to discuss further. That's what I, as a mentor, would ideally like to see from a prospective mentee. You don't have to tell me outrightly that, oh, you would want me to mentor you. You that puts me off. So instead of saying, okay, you say, oh, I want to learn more from you, then that's much more appropriate in the sense. So in terms of connecting online, there are different ways to connect online, courtesy of the technologies we have now. We have email. You can reach out to a mentor via email or LinkedIn or even social media. But ideally, I advise that you reach out either via email or LinkedIn. Unless you see that the person is a social media savvy person, the person would prefer you to reach out to them via social media. Let's say maybe you've had a physical conversation with the person, and the person outrightly told you that, oh, actually you could reach out to me via Twitter also. Because I've met someone that he prefers for you to send him a message through Twitter than his email. Wow. If you send him an email, it will take till years before he responds. But if you chat Twitter, he's really fast at responding. So yeah, it depends on the person. But ideally, if it's the first time you've not met the person at all, you've not had any prior contact, email and LinkedIn, they are the two ideal platforms for you to reach out to a prospective mentor. And then you should also be mindful of the language you use. Don't use loose language or speak to the person as if you're gisting with a long-time friend. It should be your manner of approach, your language should be clear, it should be concise, it should be formal, it shouldn't be informal. And building on what Dr. Jumoke has also said, your social profile needs to be, or online profile rather, needs to be something respectable. It shouldn't be something that a person will go through and they wouldn't want to get in touch with you. So your online profile should speak well about you as well. So yeah, that's it from me on tips for online networking.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. Thank you.
My hand is up.
Oh, okay. Professor Bolajoko. Okay, yes.
Yes. Concerning this social media, 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting on Daytopia where somebody told us that somebody lost a job in Canada because of what the person has posted online. That's one. But just last week, somebody in Canada was trying to apply for US visa, and the person was telling me that he was being asked to put his social media handle, and maybe the name he's using on those media. I was like, what? They have not tried to apply. So I don't know whether it's peculiar to people applying from Canada or it's general, whether if you're applying from Nigeria, you'll be asked to put your social media names and handles or whatever. So that's I want to. Immediately the person told me, I went back to that 2 weeks meeting that we had, that maybe these people, they want to check what you're putting on your social media. So one has to be careful.
Thank you so much, Ma, for that contribution. Okay, another hand is raised. Okay, we'll come back to questions. So please, if you have any questions, please, you can put it in the chat section, and then, or you can keep it, and then when we are done, we'll definitely ask for questions, but we're rounding up. So
Sorry, I
okay,
wanted
so
to add something to
okay.
what Professor Bolajoko said. Even in Nigeria, they still ask you for your social media handles. I've sat with a few recruiters, and you have to, in fact, some of them even check it while they're interviewing you. And they'll start asking you questions, based on what they can see on your social media handles, your posts, your comments. They start asking you. In fact, some of them shift from your normal interview questions to what you have in your social media handles.
Wow.
And so it's just really important that you know what you put online, put what is meaningful. And also, to add to what Sarah and Dr. Adejumoke said, one of the ways that you can also network is make meaningful comments in any of those people's posts. So maybe someone you want to mentor, you post something online, you can actually comment something really meaningful over and over again. They will notice you. So even when you approach them, you've already you eat a soft spot, sort of, you're in their mind somehow. And then when they see a DM or a message or an email from you, they know that, oh, okay, this person has actually been following intently on my comments, and they always drop meaning. They're not just commenting, oh, awesome, ma. Well done, ma. You're actually commenting to what they say, and know, okay, this person is knowledgeable and will be able to add value to me. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, this is a wonderful point. Thank you, Professor Bolajoko. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke. Thank you, Tosin, too, because everyone, all the mentors on board, they've actually contributed to this. So I'm just going to do like a brief recap. The first thing, your online profile should speak well about you. Be mindful of the language you use on your social media profile. And then Sarah said, reach out via email or LinkedIn if you actually need to reach out to a mentor. And then don't just say, I want to be your mentor. There are ways to write this. So she gave an example. And then she said, do a thorough research on them, their background, skill set, experience. And I think Dr. Adejumoke said, let your social media presence say a lot about you, streamline your networking. And then Professor Bolajoko said, be careful what you put out there, because now even embassies and all, they are actually using, and recruiters are watching. Also, even your employers, they are watching. So don't just put anything out there. Be careful with the language you use on your profile, social media profile. So thank you so much for that. I think we'll go to Sarah. Sarah, okay, I think
I'm sorry, please, 1 minute. Before you go to Sarah, I just wanted to say also, because there's this interview that I actually went for, and they asked the question, have you ever been involved in any discussion that has caused conflict? So I think we should stay on social media, also stay away from discussions that have this conflict tag on them, or that can actually cause riot or conflict. Say, for instance, they are talking about Biafra. It is not your business to put in your contribution to it. It is true, because these are the things that people look at. And even if you are saying the truth or you are saying the right thing about it, you don't have to talk. It's not all the time you have to comment. Any issue that has been highlighted as a conflicting issue or as a problematic issues, let's try as much as possible to stay away from them.
Okay. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke. So Sarah, I would like to ask, what would you consider to be the 3 most important elements every mentee must look out for in a mentor?
Okay, so I feel this question, the co-speakers have all touched on it.
Yeah, actually, I'm just looking at it now. It just seems like we've actually gone around that question. Yes. So
yeah. So they gave the list. There are wealth of things that you have to look at. There are so many, but I would just highlight the 3 most outstanding. So the first is someone who is knowledgeable or skilled. That you have to look out for that kind of person, particularly in the field that you're looking out for. I believe one of the speakers said that if you are looking out for someone, you have to be certain of what line you're about to go into. You don't just go and look at, oh, this mentor is in the line of engineering. Meanwhile, you're not sure that you want to be in the engineering lane, and then it's going to be like misplaced priority, a case of misplaced priority, basically. So number one is to look out for someone who is knowledgeable, who is skilled, who is basically an expert. But the person might not be an expert. The person might not have reached that pinnacle of expertise that we all look at. But at least the person.
I think her network, she's probably experiencing like a glitch. Okay. Can you all hear me? Just to be sure it's not my own network.
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't hear Sarah.
But we can't hear Sarah, yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
Okay, Sarah, yeah, we lost you for just a few seconds. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay, so just a brief recap of the first point is looking out for someone who is knowledgeable, who is skilled, and who is an expert in the field they are seeking to go into, or the field they are in already that you wish to gain more experience, you wish to build up on your skills, on your existing skill sets. The second element that you have to look out for is someone who is able or who will be willing to devote time to develop you. You can't just meet up with someone that, oh, you're interested in learning from the person, and even though the person is eager to show you the ropes, as we've all mentioned in our talks one way or the other, the person now has a difficult time keeping in touch with you pertaining to, oh, how well you should do this, what you should learn, what you should do. You should find someone that no matter how busy their schedule is, they would always find the time to fit you into their schedule, no matter how busy it is, no matter how occupied they are. And same goes for the mentee as well. No matter how occupied you are, both of you must understand that this is a period where both of you have to make sacrifices in order to achieve the common goal of developing yourselves, or at least the mentee. So yes, you need to find someone who is willing or able to devote time for your personal or professional development. That's the second one. So the third outstanding element to look for in a mentor is someone who is able to give you constructive feedback. So we have a lot of persons that they are willing to take you on, but for some reason, when you bring up an idea, when you tell them about your intentions to do something, they might not give you the feedback that is expected of them in order for you to get to know, okay, whatever I'm venturing into, these are the potential threats or opportunities, or these are my strengths I should leverage on, or these are my weaknesses that I should try and work on or manage. You need a mentor that is able to look you in the face. The person is honest, and the person tells you that, okay, Sarah, even though this is an outstanding plan you've got, I still feel you need to do more work in this aspect. I feel you need to downplay this aspect. Someone that basically gives it to you in a straightforward manner. The person shouldn't be harsh about it though. So, yeah, somebody that is quite a good critic, a constructive critic. So whatever the person is giving you advice or suggestions for is from a good place, and they are honest about it. So yes, those are my three outstanding points.
Oh, thank you so much. I really like the last part, constructive feedback, because for me, like you said, not maybe criticize you, but the person will be able to give you like that feedback, like criticize your work. Like when I reach out to people for feedback, I always say, please, like I want you to like look into this really, give me constructive. Don't just say, oh, it's okay, but you can do, no, tell me, what didn't I do right? Don't just tell me it's okay. It's not okay. What happened? Where have I actually gone wrong? So I think I like that constructive feedback.
And you also need to be willing to receive it, because it's not many people that actually can receive those feedbacks. Many people are very defensive, like they are ready to defend their work to their letter. So yeah, you need to be able to
agree.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because I like constructive feedback. I don't like when I say, oh, it's all right. No, it's not all right. Tell me. Do you understand? Tell me it can be better. Because for me to reach out to you, I can see that there are some gaps, but maybe I can't figure it out. So I need that constructive feedback. So I think I really like that. I understand not everyone. Some people believe, oh, whatever they've done, that's it. That's fine. It's okay. It's good. So why reach out to people when you know that you are awesome? Do you understand? So for me, I like that aspect. I always look out for constructive feedback. Yes, I know it's. I may not feel good at first, but it's what will make my work better. So yes, I need it. You know. So thank you so much for that, Sarah, and thank you, Adejumoke, for your contribution to that. And then, okay, so I'm just going to do a recap. Sarah said, well, I asked, what would you consider to be the 3 most important elements every woman must look out for in a mentor? And she said, look out for someone that will provide you with the support that you want. Find someone who will always find time for you, and someone who is able to give you constructive feedback. For me, constructive feedback is all I need. So yes, thank you so much for that. So last question, this is just for all our mentors today. So not everyone has to answer this, but I just need to ask. So as a mentor, do you have a mentor? And if you do, how have they influenced you? So any of our mentors?
I do have a mentor. My mentor is Professor Bolajoko. Like we are on a pari passer level. She's, to be honest, she has supported my PhD journey in every way, like every way. The moment I hit ed block, I call her and she like, it's not easy, but you can keep going, you know. And she's always ready to help. I remember when I wanted to collect my data in Nigeria, she actually went to help me with the ethical approval. Yeah. And that's why I said that your mentor has to be able to go far and beyond for you. Yeah, I do have a mentor and my mentor. And it's, you know, sometimes I feel like, how am I going to get to where she is? But I realized that I still have like over 20 years of my life to get there. So
take your time.
Exactly. I'm not going to allow the pressure get to me. I'm going to get there. I'm going to be a professor probably in the next 10 years, but I'm still going to get there.
Or maybe less. Yes.
Or maybe less. Exactly.
Or maybe less.
Professor is my mentor too.
Oh, wow.
It's super supportive.
Are you sure we'll not join this mentorship?
She deserves the mentor.
Professor Bolajoko at this point.
Or lifetime.
Give her an award. Yes.
Honestly.
That's an award.
Most outstanding mentor.
I'm blushing here. I didn't even know this.
I can recall my first degree, my undergraduate degree. I did my final year project in Unilag. I used Unilag as one of my case studies. And since she's a professor teaching in Unilag, she was quite supportive. She gave me the emotional support, the mental, even though what I was studying was different from her field of study, but still she was super supportive. And yeah, for that I say as my mentor. And even from then till now, in terms of academic support, she's skilled. She's really, really good. So yeah, she's my mentor.
She's key. She's key. She will bully. She. I don't want to use the word bully, but she will bully you into success.
Yeah,
she will
she'll push you,
pushing you, and she's wonderful. Wonderful.
Honestly.
Oh, great. So any other?
So yes, I have a mentor too. I have a mentor. Funny, I have 2 mentors, and both of them they are both men. So but yes, they've been really, really helpful, and really, in fact, like the word bully that she used is just perfect for them. You know, when I'm giving lots of excuses and I'm like, I feel like this might not work, they're like, you say, I can't hear you. My own is giving the result in 2 weeks' time, and you know that you have to meet up. You know, so yes, I think it just has a way of making you work. For someone like me, I need the push. I need that extra push, because if you leave it to me, I'll just relax and say, I have time until I get nothing done. Yeah. So they are constantly, okay, what are your goals? What are things you want to achieve? So when I'm not giving them the report, they're like, where's my report now? So I know that I have to like do the work and get back to them, and I'm growing either way. So
no, thank you for sharing. So let's hear from the outstanding mentor herself, Professor Bolajoko. Do you have a mentor, ma?
You should give her a clap ovation.
As she climbs on the stage.
I actually like I told somebody, I can't say precisely I have a mentor, but I can say I have a role model.
Okay.
She's a pharmacist and she's in academia and she turned 70 this year, but you won't see her at 70.
Wow.
But I just like her. She's organized, kind, ready to help. So, but I never took her as, okay, this is my mentor. But I know that she has been my role model.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to
Can
all
I
our
just say this
mentors.
before you round up? I
Okay.
just wanted to say this. I know this platform is filled up with young people, and I would like us to understand that we are still very young and we have the advantage. We have the advantage. Many of our mothers that we see as mentors, many of those people that we see as mentors, didn't start so early as the advantage that we have now. So we have the head start of the fact that we are starting early, and we should take advantage of it. Don't waste your youthful life doing irrelevant things. I actually wished I started much more earlier than this, and that's why I always tell people that, if you can just start early, it will help you in life. We are young, we can start early. I'm sure that probably Professor Bolajoko got a PhD at probably age 40. See, now we have people that are getting their PhD as lower as 25, So, and when you get it earlier, it gives you the advantage, to go far in life. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
And just to add to that, I believe we as mentors, we also have the responsibility to identify young persons with potentials and also like catch them young. Like some of these young people, they might not know that, oh, they have this potential within them. It takes someone to identify it, like, oh, do you know you're really good at this and you could go along this line to become better? So it's up to us as mentors to like identify the spark in these people and encourage them that, see, you could go through this path and be really great. And even if they want to change at a point, that's fine. But that important part of identifying is quite key. So yeah, we have a role to play as mentors and even co-mentees. So if you know someone that is really good at something that you feel okay can do better along the line, you could also recommend them to someone or refer them to someone or have someone refer. One way or the other, there's a referral. So that's
I was going to say this, that even as mentees, you can actually also support each other, be a reflection, a positive reflection, in the sense that, for instance, if looking at the Daytopia mentoring program, you have Abib, you have Musa, you have Yusuf, and then you see all of them, you see that they are doing great. That's because they are actually influencing each other, pushing each other to actually do more. You see Khalid also, all of them. And it's so funny how exactly, it's so funny how far they have gone. So it's actually also very important when you surround yourself with the right people. Don't see it as a competition. I like the way the whole competition ended. All of them saw themselves as winners, even despite the fact that it was one person that won, but they all saw themselves as winners because they all actually contributed into each other's progress. That's it. Surround yourself with the right people. It doesn't have to be a mentor, even mentees. Pick the right people around you, and that would actually push you far in life.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. I actually enjoyed this session because it's been kind of official, not formal, not too formal, formal, informal. And I think that's really awesome. And thank you so much for sharing all the tips for mentees. Even I have learned, I have a lot of notes here, especially reaching out to mentors. Yeah. I have some people that have actually chosen to be my mentor without even me asking. I don't even know them. They're not even Africans, just seeing me on LinkedIn and then reaching out to me. And then I see that, wow, you're already working in my dream company, I had one reaching out, should be the one reaching out to you. But so now I've actually learned from this session how to do that. And I believe every other person that have actually joined this session today, I've learned how to reach out to mentors, the tips, even if they are mentors, what to do, what not to do, how to be more supportive, how to help the mentees, and even mentees have learned how to what to look out for in mentors. Don't just pick everyone. Everyone can be your mentor. That's the truth. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. You can't have everyone. Even some people that you really want as your mentors, they can't be your mentor because they are not in that what's it called? Maybe right frame of mind to be your mentor at the time, or they don't have the capacity to be your mentor at the time. So it's okay. Just move on, look for someone else that can really support. It's all about the support. It's not even about the person. It's not even about if the person is Barack Obama or not. Is President Barack Obama, pardon me, or not. So it's about knowing, getting the right person as your mentor and to getting that person to push you for that you can, because I think I need the push myself, like listening to every one of you here and talking about, oh, our Professor Bolajoko has pushed you guys. So I think I need that kind of person that will bully me and push me to do more, and stop giving excuses. So yes, thank you so much. So if you have any question, I think Toluwala share raised, okay, I think Bidemi raised that and she said, okay, Bidemi raised that. And so if you have any question, please, from the audience, please, if you have any question, just ask now before outstanding, exceptional mentors leave. This is the opportunity to ask them questions. If you have any question for them, please just ask now. You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can type in the chat, but I can't see any question in the chat for now. So please ask questions. They're here. Any question? Okay. Maybe there's no question. I think everyone, this session is quite informative, straight to the point, and fun. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of my best so far. So thank you, everyone. I don't have any other question, but if I have any question, I would. Okay, I think the last question I have is, what mentoring opportunities are available for mentees to explore? So maybe you as a mentor or you as a mentee, you know of any mentoring opportunities that are available to explore. So please, you can share with us. Okay, someone said, I don't have any question. I really enjoyed myself. Oh, thank you so much, Adetayo. Thank you so much. So our mentors, any mentoring opportunities for our mentees to explore? If you know any, I know the Daytopia mentoring program, I always refer everyone there. Go to the Daytopia mentoring program, go and enjoy yourself there. They have sessions every week for in fact different kind of topics, business, finance, financial literacy, everything, academics, career development. They do all that, and thanks to Dr. Yusuf Awosanya. Okay, so mentors have been fantastic and real in their answering of questions. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Adetayo. Well done, all mentors. Okay, so thank you, everyone. We've come to the end of this session, the role of mentoring in empowering women. It's so nice to have you all here. Thank you, Professor Bolajoko, Aina. Thank you, Tosin Sanusi. Thank you, Egbo. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya. And thanks to everyone that joined us. Thank you to the entire audience. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Bolanle and I'll have to say
someone has a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted someone said this. She's got a question.
I think someone has a question.
Okay. Vivian said the session has been really informative. Thank you. I've got a question for the Daytopia official. So do you want to ask the question now? Or do you want it later?
Okay, can I just quickly say this? You can find Daytopia on all social media platforms. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. You can watch our previous sessions on YouTube. We're available for one-to-one sessions too. If you have a personal need, would link you up with the right mentor that will be able to help you in that area that you need help with. And that's what we do as Daytopia.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So if you want to join Daytopia, yes, I would actually say it's a great platform to join. Either as a mentor or a mentee, reach out to them. They're there on Instagram, on LinkedIn too. Yes, they're there. And if you need their contact, you can reach out to me. They have like a WhatsApp group where all the mentees and mentors are. So I can always send them your number. They can add you. Okay, there are more. Okay. You also said there are more men taking advantage of mentoring opportunities than women. So women, please, we need you. We need you, or we need our women to take more advantage of mentoring opportunities. I know men, they always like to go all out there. So please, women, let's do the same.
Okay, so let me try to answer Toluwalashe's question. What I was trying to say is that when you are trying to look for mentoring opportunities, especially when it comes to LinkedIn, you need to be strategic. If you are on, say for instance, a public health, if you are on a public health website or on a public health search, you are looking for public health mentors, make sure that your people that you are following are towards that lightning. As a mentor, I don't want to just check your platform and then see that, oh, this person is following another engineer, this person is following a carpenter, this person is following a real estate. It just shows that you are all over the place. That's what I was trying to say. So I was just trying to say that be strategic. If you are following pharmacy, go and look for people that are actually recognized or people that are high profile in their area and follow them. So that, because when people check your following, they can see that, oh, this person actually very interested in this field or in this area.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that's clear, Toluwalashe. Okay, so Yusuf said, he said there are more men taking advantage of mentoring opportunities. How do you think that gap can be bridged? So any answer from our mentors? Bridging the gap. Okay, Toluwalashe said good that she gets that. Thank you. So thank you.
I think platforms like this help in a way to bridge the gap. Starting from this, talking to women, from this. Because it's quite funny because women feel like they are so busy, they don't have time to follow up on stuff like that. They don't. But I feel like it's just prioritizing your time, understanding that I need to just strategize. Spend less time on Netflix, spend less time on chit chatting with your neighbor, and spending more in intelligent conversation. It's, to be honest, I was telling my brother, I said, I don't know how people spend 30 minutes on the phone talking useless talks. Like, if it's not bringing me money, if it's not doing me, and I'm sorry, people say I'm too rigid, but that's just me. If I'm not gaining from you, if it's not bringing, I don't have time. So instead of you sitting with your neighbor and spending time talking useless talks, sit with somebody that would impact in you, and that's just how to start. Little things.
Yeah, and then
thank
to
you
add to that.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Adejumoke, for that excellent point. So to add to that, I feel we women, we have a role to play again for the younger ones, and even our age group, even those that are older than us, depending on our relationships with the people that we're reaching out to. We have to encourage them basically to see the need for enrolling or taking part in mentorship program, because from my observation, from my upbringing, from experience, we females, we always tend to have this notion of, oh, we're not fit for this. It's like we're naturally born with a higher level of imposter syndrome compared to the males. So we really need to encourage ourselves that, see, whatever it is that is going on, you can partake in it, we can partake in it. You are valid to be part of that opportunity. You should take advantage of it. So yeah, basically encouraging each other is the way to go. And that way, in the long run, it will make the number of female participants in mentoring or mentorship programs to be as high as men, or even higher self. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
As women, we are mothers. We nurture. It's easy for us to bring up our kids in such a way that they are open to stuff like this, starting to talk about it, talking to your child that it's okay to actually speak to somebody. It's okay to actually seek help where you need help. We have this notion in Africa whereby we believe that, oh, you should be strong on your own. And as women, we have this mentality that a woman needs to be strong. You need to be in the house. You can't share your problems with other people. It is okay for you to have third parties. If you have problems in your marriage, seek a counselor, seek a relationship coach. If you have problem when it comes to your academics, seek help. It is okay for you to seek help. There's nothing like third party. If it's going to help it better, it's going to help you to become a better version of yourself, then go for it.
Yeah. I think I have to agree with that too. Yes, seek help. Like don't think you can do it all by yourself. It's okay to seek help. don't think, oh, I'm too strong, I can do it. Like sometimes people reach out to me for the answer, like, oh, I need this. I'm like, okay, can you seek help? Can you talk to therapist? They're like, no, God is my therapist. Yes, I know. Yes, God first. Please just seek help. Some people, they've been there, or they have professional certifications in these things. They've actually been trained to help. It's just like say, oh, you're really sick or you need a surgery. Yes, God is there. God will see you through the surgery, but you have to go to a doctor. You have to talk to a doctor. A doctor needs to examine you. It is what it is. Some people have been trained to help in that area, or some people have probably just been able to do it on their own. They were able to seek help too when they were actually passing through that phase in life, and then they are ready to help other people. So reach out to people. You never can tell who would help you. So I have to agree with that. Thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful conversation. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Fabian asks, as mentors, would you say setting boundaries is important, or do you just bear everything to become personable with your mentor? I think, was it Professor Bolajoko addressed this and said, I've set boundaries, like you need to have boundaries. You can't just do everything for your, if I remember, you can't just do everything for your mentees. You have to guide them. You don't have to do it for them. So, but I don't know if that answers the question, and maybe if any of the mentors want to throw more light to that. Say, as mentors, would you say setting boundaries is important?
Yeah.
Or do you just bear everything to become personable with your mentor?
Yeah, like I said, you need to actually understand that your mentor is not your friend. You are not buddies. No, to be honest, you are not buddies, because the moment you don't set boundaries, abuse there was going to be abuse in the relationship. So you need to set boundaries. And when I mean boundaries doesn't mean that you are rigid and then the person sees you as a oga pata pata. No, when I mean boundaries, it means this we're going to be professional. We're going to talk about these things, and these are areas that we won't go into. I am a professional mentor to you. I'm not going to come and sit down and talk about your marriage life. If you need a marriage mentor, then go for a marriage mentor. So because the moment you don't set those rules and those boundaries, then you realize that you spend the whole time talking about things that are not relevant to the reason why you actually want the person to be your mentor. So you need to set boundaries in a way whereby you both will respect each other and keep to the task that is at hand.
Yeah, that's really true. And to add to what Dr. Adejumoke has said, it's so important to set boundaries as a mentor, because sometimes you just discover that your mentees are coming to dump their problems on you. They're just coming to tell you all the things that they want to do, and you're the one going to think, you're the one stressing, you're not taking care of yourself and all of that. And it's so important also as a mentor to set boundaries. If not, you drain yourself as a mentor, because you discover you're talking to this mentee, and then you moved on to another mentee, and then you moved on to another mentee, and you don't even have time as a mentor to grow yourself, to invest in yourself. So it's important to set boundaries and also stick to what it is, that you're mentoring the person on. As a relationship coach, it's not my business, your career, your academics, and all of that. You've come to me to coach your mentor, your relationship, and that's what I'm going to do. So you're not going to dump your other problems on me. Let's talk about why it is that you came here in the first place. So it's really, really important. Even as a mentee, it's also important, because some mentors also overstep their boundaries. And I've heard of people that the mentors will call them over, or the mentor will send them to the market, or the mentor will ask them to come to the house and babysit and stuff like that. So it's important that your mentor knows that you also have boundaries. So I think both ways there has to be boundaries. If not, there'll be abuse, like Dr. Olajumoke said.
Yes, true. I agree. Boundaries very important. I think in any relationship, well, I don't know, apart from marriage, yeah, but like any relationship, there should be boundaries. So that way, like everyone would just like kind of respect their spaces, so that you don't just put yourself out there, you're too available, and then you are not even productive on the key things you're supposed to do, So it's really important to have boundaries. For me, I'm a fan of boundaries, like when it comes to some things, just because of my own mental state, my mental health. So I try to just have boundaries, so that way I'm not all out there trying to help everyone at the same time. I'm taking too much. I have my own family, that my kids that still need my help. So it's just okay. It's okay to have boundaries. So as a mentor, I would I have to agree with that. I'll say yes. I have boundaries, even as a mentee. Because I have people that I'll say they're like my mentors, and sometimes they tell like, wow, your boundary level is too high. Like, no, you're my boss, like Jumoke said, your mentor is not your friend. Even as much as sometimes I want to forget ourselves because, we feel, this person is already my friend. Yes, I wouldn't say, maybe not friends, maybe they're not, I won't say that, I don't know how that part where you said they're not your friend. But I would say for me, sometimes I still see them as my friend, but maybe not. I just have boundaries. So that way I'm not forgetting myself in the process. And then I don't have to go all out just because I want them to stay as my mentor. So yes, I have boundaries. That's really important. Okay, any other question? Okay, it was really a good and wonderful discussion moment in here. So thank you. So by that, Bidemi, thank you so much. This was a really, I did the laugh for. This was a really beautiful session. I'm glad I joined in and had such a great first experience. Thank you so much, everyone. Even me, I really enjoyed it. Just like talking to family. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Professor Bolajoko, Aina. Thank you, Dr. Adejumoke Awosanya. Thank you, Egbo. Thank you, Tosin Sanusi. Thank you, everyone that joined today. Thank you. And thank you for joining our program at the Innovative Woman Africa. And yes, with Daytopia. We are on social media as well, the Innovative Woman Africa, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. So you can follow any of our pages, with whichever platform you're comfortable with. We are all there. Maybe not as active on Twitter, but we're active on other platforms, so you can reach out to us anytime, any day.
Very much.
So I'm Bolanle Adewusi. Thank you, and really a pleasure hosting this wonderful mentors here today. Thank you so much.
Before you go, thank you very much, Innovative Woman Africa. Can I just say this? Daytopia is starting we're starting our new session in October. We are recruiting at the moment. If you're interested, if you want to have a deeper exploration of yourself, you want to get to know yourself more, you want to develop yourself mentally, you want to develop yourself relationship-wise. Every mentor you've seen here is from Daytopia. Our Innovative Woman Africa, she's also a mentor on Daytopia, and you can actually get to have a direct one-on-one experience with all of these wonderful people you have seen. All you need to do is just register. Go to LinkedIn, Daytopia Nigeria, and Daytopia NG. We're on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, we are everywhere. We're on YouTube. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye.